Have you been feeling different lately? Not in a bad way, just different. Like your mindset shifted and things don't hit the same anymore.
Welcome to Mama's Playground.
Welcome! Welcome back.
Yes, welcome back. We've been in a hiatus.
Yes.
But we are back and we're so excited. New studio and new energy. And that's exactly what we're going to be talking about today when your world just feels different.
And you don't know why. It's like an internal shift, but everything around you just needs a little change, a little new energy, a new fresh haircut, a new studio, a new vibe altogether, right?
This year, and I know for you it did, it started heavy. The last episode that we did, we were just trying to find room in our busy lives, not only physical, but emotional. We had so much going on and we were trying to do episodes and we said, you know what, we need to stop and then come back when we can bring good energy to you guys.
Yeah, our energy was I think it was just exhausted energy. And I think, mothers out there, we can relate, right? Everything that we've got to do, everything we've got going on, not just moms, but everybody. The world, the way that everything is flowing, just, everything is so Debbie Downer sometimes. And I was like, nah. Darlene, let's switch this up. New podcast room, new energy, new everything. And that is exactly what we're going to be talking about.
Exactly what we're doing. Yeah, because in life, things happen. You have which happened to you. You lose family members or just any situation that can totally bring you down. Sometimes I'm so overwhelmed with stuff that could be going on in the world or in my personal life, and then I remember I would come back from dropping off Luna and I would just go straight to bed. It's like, I don't want to work out, I want to go straight to bed, and then I would wake up feeling heavy and I couldn't think straight,
exhausted.
So it's like these little shifts that we're going to be talking about, kind of like when you come home and you feel tired, that's exactly when you have to be like, nope.
I'm getting up.
I'm going to call my friend that makes me laugh. Those are the shifts that we have to work on.
1,000%. 1,000%. Let me explain to you this kind of shift also, like for me personally, that happened when we started the new year. I had just come back from a very nice vacation with my family. I had taken almost the whole month of December. We were in Europe. My parents, it was a trip that I had planned for a very long time to spend time with them, which was awesome. And then we get back and it was like, boom, like, but I mean, not boom, like, wow, explosion, great, meaning down, downhill. It was like a lot of things going on. And for 2 months, from January to February, I was on a Debbie Downer mood. I could not get my shit together. I was down. I was depressed. I was like, Darlene, the energy is off. And then I started, for those of you that have faith, right? I started to pray a little bit more. I started to say, please give me something. I have 2 kids. I got to keep moving forward. If I continue like this, I am going to fall in a stupor, like down, depression. Lo and behold, I'm not going to go into all the specifics, but come March, I said, no, get up, go back to the gym, start working out, start getting yourself again, a new energy, take that juju out. I had to do like a cleansing, and I have been feeling better.
That's why we had stopped also doing the podcast because, we're real moms, real conversations, real talk. And to sit here and try to come with a topic and sound happy when I know that you were going through things, it didn't seem right. We have to stay true to ourselves, to the people that listen to us. And so, but now it's different. And life is about that. You didn't wait till mid-year, till June, to say, okay, let me get fit now. You started early. And at the end, that's what helps you in the long run, emotionally.
It's hard because I'm the type of person that I'll tell my friends, my God, you got to do this. You should, try to get out of bed early, do this. And it's hard. I know it's super hard. But once you actually start it and you start working on yourself and you kind of shift the mentality of where you've been, if you've been feeling down or so on, you start to feel so much better. And it's not going to happen overnight. Because it definitely doesn't happen overnight. I'm not going to tell you that I am like, oh my God, everything is perfect. Life is great. I'm so happy. No, you go through your ups and downs in life, but it's all the way that you choose to look at it, right? Because we could sit there and every time something bad happens, say, oh, why is this happening to me? And dig yourself in a hole. Or you could say, you know what? No, what am I going to learn from this? I need to keep moving. I need to move forward. Let me wake up. Let me, I don't know, jump up and down and take off all this bad energy. And let me just, and that's where we've, I think this is where the new setup came to play, where we said, let's rebrand Mama's Playground. Let's, change the whole energy behind our
Monica
podcast.
Designed it, by the way. She's amazing. She designed our new studio and everything, and it's been a crazy back and forth between let's do this, let's do that.
Yeah.
We changed the cover. I hope everybody likes it. It talks to who we are, where we are now in our lives. I'm super happy.
The evolution.
But all of this is a process, and we're talking about this is like a 3-people team. Let's include Fabian here because he helps us a lot. But yeah, it's a small team. But it's like you say, it's about getting up. And Monica just celebrated a birthday too.
Yes.
That also pumped you, which I love seeing that because I see a lot of people that when they have their birthdays, they get depressed. And they kind of think of what they don't have in life at the moment, where they thought they should be at this stage of their lives. And no, you're actually where you have to be. And it's how you see it.
And let me tell you, I'm not the big party girl, okay? I'm not. Every birthday, I hit 45, guys, so mid-40s. I hit 45, and I said to Benjamin, you know what I want? I want one day away, just the two of us, not even far. We drove to Naples, and we stayed in a small little hotel, but it was amazing. The kids weren't with us. I love my kids, don't get me wrong. We celebrated with them the day before, but then we get to the, Saturday to Sunday. It was just the two of us. We spent the whole day at the pool. We had a margarita, eating, just calm. Like there was no party. It was just a different energy. I'm telling you, it was no pressure.
Kind of party.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yes, that was after, that was after, but it was amazing. You had even asked me, how was your birthday? I was like, it was amazing. It was quiet, but it was reflective. I looked at everything, in my life. I was just like kind of reminiscing like an old movie in my head. And I said, you know what? I've come far. I've come far to who I was when I was in my 20s. Things have evolved. I've got 2 beautiful kids. We've got this podcast, and I was like, and that's another year on this earth. Thank you, Diosito, like you say. Thank you so much for this other year on earth. What am I going to do with it now?
Exactly. That's such a great way to see it. It's a birthday. It's another life. And there's so many things to celebrate. And it's funny how you celebrate birthdays according to your age, right?
Yeah.
So one of my best friends, Carla, she just came to Florida and she was celebrating her 49th. And she said, I want a holistic birthday. So we went to the spa, and let me tell you, one thing that never changes is how important friendships are in your life. I had this weekend, it wasn't even a weekend, it was just a few hours on Saturday and a few the night before because we went to dinner with her and her husband. Those moments when you connect with a friend that you see like once a year. We've known each other for 40 years. And it was just great. It was peaceful. We got massages. We laughed. We talked. We drank Prosecco. We had good pizza. We left so full of love and just being with friends. For my birthday, I'm usually like, let's go to a bar, let's go to the brewery, let's invite everybody. And now it got me thinking maybe something like that is
very intimate.
Either with my friends or like you did, just the two of you, Luna.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Or you do both. You do one day friends,
See,
the next day with your husband.
I like you. Celebrate the whole week.
The whole week, the whole
course.
month if you want to.
Of course. My other friend Sarah had another birthday. They were doing meditations in her house. It was an all-girl celebration. And this woman came, how...
The sound healing? Sound
healing. How crazy. I'm surrounded now by friends, by women that are deciding to celebrate their birthdays.
Different.
We're getting older, but wiser.
And let me put out there's nothing wrong with wanting to celebrate your birthday in big, because there's people that I know that they turn 50 and it's a huge bash and it's a party. Awesome. That's great energy. For me, turning 45, I was like, you know what? It was more of a reflective state. And I think it was because of how I started the year and trying to get that new energy up and trying to pump myself up for the rest of the year and so on. So I feel like at this age, I don't know, the 40s is kind of weird. It's a weird stage. It's like you're not the youngest that you were, but you're also not the oldest.
We're like the sandwich generation. Have you heard of that?
Yes.
Which is we're taking care of little kids. Well, we are. A lot of people in their 40s already, their kids are
Teenagers.
in college. But you're still taking care of them, right? And then you're also taking care of your parents.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's in our 40s, especially women, I want to say, we have all the responsibility of the kids. And then at the same time, your elders, you know, your parents. It's funny when I go out with my mom and Luna, I'm in the middle, and then Luna's like walking super fast and my mom is walking super slow, and I'm in the middle and I'm like trying to hold them both,
which in theory is where you are in life.
And it's exactly
it's exactly where you
you're
are
trying to stop one from not doing what she's not supposed to be doing, and then you're trying to pull your parent like, come on, let's go out, you gotta walk, take your meds, you know, have fun. It's very interesting, and it's so beautiful. We're caregivers right now.
Yeah, and to both generations. And then, but then that's the thing. Then we this, so again, we'll talk about this on a self, you know, care day. But then it's like, who take cares of you? Take cares of you. Does that sound fun?
Who?
Take cares of you.
We do.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to find that time.
When you talk about shifts that you're going through now that you had a birthday, and when you were talking to me about this to do the podcast on this topic, I said, this is crazy, because lately I felt the same way. I felt like this shift, it has nothing to do with birthdays, but maybe just the overload of things and responsibilities. And it's a time when you just have to know when to say no.
Yeah.
Not to say yes to every commitment. Also, how to keep friendships that are not doing you any good, or they taking too much energy from you, kind of like also backing off from that. I don't know. It's just prioritizing yourself, your mental health over anything.
Your priorities, setting the boundaries and all that. It's such a sudden shift. It's not like you change overnight. It's something that starts to creep up. And I think it comes obviously with the experience of your life and what you've been through and so on. And then you get to your 40s and you realize how fragile life is. How fragile life is when you start seeing your parents getting older, you're getting older, and you say to yourself, you know what? Like at least where I'm at right now, I say to myself, I want to live my life present, you know, on a daily basis. I want to be present. I don't want to be, you know, off in the future or in the past. I want to live today, and I want to be fully present, which is hard sometimes. It's very hard to do that. And then I think that's where the faith thing started coming in for me. I've always been a person of faith, but as of lately, I want to say, I don't know, in the past couple of months, I've been even more in tune with that. More in tune of like, you know what, we're not here forever. We need to be able to live our lives, do the best that you can, be a present parent, but be there for yourself as well. It's just a new energy. And those sudden shifts, it's funny because, again, it's not something that happens overnight, but people start to see something a little different. They start to see, maybe for me, I've always been very fast paced. I'm a person that over explains myself. I still do to this day. I always feel like I have to over explain myself to people. And lately, consciously, I've been saying, I don't need to explain so much to people anything. I don't owe people anything. You know what I mean? I really don't owe anything. And I have to kind of take that mentality and kind of shift it and start saying, I need to start also living for me, not always worrying about what everybody else is going to think or how I'm going to make that person feel, although I'm very conscious of it, right? I don't want to hurt your feelings. I don't want to hurt the other one. I am very conscious of that. But at the same time, a new energy of kind of scaling back and trying to people please everybody.
Yeah, you can.
You know?
No, and we do that. Again, as a sandwich generation, we try to please. Yes. And we also try to please always our kids. I want to see my friend Friday, and I want to see the other one Saturday. Hold on.
Yeah.
Just last weekend for the birthday, it felt good. I dropped Luna off at my parents, and I said, I'm going to go and celebrate with my friends. And sorry. Oh, but what about me? I'm not going to see my friends this weekend.
This weekend is for me.
Yeah.
It's for me. I think that we, at least our generation and how we saw our parents, I think most of the time they probably gave up a lot to give us the things that, I don't know how your parents were, but I know that my mom probably gave up a lot of things to just be there for us and do the things for us and take us to our classes and take us to our things, which I do. But at the same time, there's a part of me that says, yes, I want to be there for my kids. Yes, I want to do this for my husband. Yes, I want to do that for the people at work if I need to do something. But what about me? I also need something for me, you know? And it's a sudden shift. It's not like I'm going to say, sayonara, everybody, screw everybody. I'm going to... Exacto. No, it's not like that. It's very subtle. And when you start saying, no, I got to pull back and I'm going to take care of me and I'm going to do the things that I want to do because I don't want to get down to be 80 years old and say, my God, I lived my life for everybody but myself.
And
you know?
sometimes what you want to do is nothing.
Yeah.
What you want to do.
And that's okay.
Absolutely nothing. Luna doesn't have siblings. So when weekends come, all she wants to do is be with her friends. And lately, I've kind of stopped that. And I said, because she said, oh, Ma, you're always doing chores and you're always busy and you're always working. So I'm trying to also take sometimes during the weekend, and we're going to do church. We've been going to church every Sunday, and it's her who's asking for it. And I love that, because that's another topic. But when you said spirituality and all that, that has helped me a lot in the last 6 months. Anyway, that's another story. But wait, we were talking about, so we went to church and then we went to the pool. Mom, who's going to go to the pool with us? Nobody, just you and me, baby. And it was so great, because when you say presence, that's another thing. The kids are growing so fast, and you don't want to look back when they're not home anymore and be, oh my God, I miss having them around. I miss all the craziness. And maybe I also miss moments that I didn't have with them. Yep. I didn't even know they had this toy that we're throwing out now, and I never sat down to play with him. It's about also being present in your kid's life, because time, and this is so cliche, but time really goes by so fast. I have a second grader. Now you have a third grader soon.
Yeah.
And Noah's going to first, right?
And Noah's going to first grade. And it was the other day that you and I met, and they were these little things. Like Noah was this little chunky thing that had a little mushroom haircut, and he was all chunky and chubby. And now he's like elongated, and he looks like a little man, and the way he talks to you. And Jacob too. I just like look at both of them and I say, wow, where's time going? And this is where I say I need to kind of stop and enjoy the moments, even though sometimes I am still rushing, because it's normal, and just a shift in everything. Take care of the kids. Yes, be present also in your relationship with your spouse, if you are with somebody, friendships, and all of that. Just be present with the people that you love, because time is fleeting, and I think it goes faster in our age range. I really do, because in my 20s, I don't remember it going this fast. I remember it being a little bit more slower paced, or maybe I wasn't so conscious
because you
of
didn't
time.
Have kids.
I guess, but I don't think I was so conscious of the time. Now, when
in your 20s, you're not conscious
of anything. Yeah, you're conscious about yourself and like going out and having fun and enjoying, which was amazing. But now we're in a different tune, right? Yeah. It's a different energy now.
I wish I knew in my 20s what I know now. I don't know. I would have done things differently. But at the same time, I'm not going to beat myself.
A regret. There's no regrets.
That, Diosito me puso donde era porque ahí era que tenía que estar.
Yeah. Yeah, so. Absolutely. Everything is a learning experience. I always say this. Bad things that happen in one's life, we could sit there and we have two options. We can take it like, oh my God, why is this happening to me? And become ¿cómo se dice? I guess like the Debbie Downer. I always say Debbie Downer of like your whole story and be like, oh, the victim. Or you can say, what is God trying to teach me? Or what is life trying to teach me here? What can I learn from this? And again, when bad things happen, I think you start to realize the big picture that you won't be here one day. We won't be here one day. Let's be realistic. And there's a beautiful part to that, because that means that you should appreciate every freaking day of your life, and you should appreciate the people that you have around you. And when you're having a freaking bad day, you stop for a second and say, what do I have around me that is great? I have my family. I have a roof over my head. I have food on my plate. There's so many other people having it worse. Get out of it. And I had to do that for myself this year. I had to say, stop being a Debbie Downer. Yes, shit happens. But you know what? Stop drowning yourself in things that are inevitable, and just have faith that things are going to work out the way that they have to work out, right?
When you say that, stop complaining, I'm always like, oh my God, I want to lose weight, especially for, the summer, and I want to wear my 2-piece bathing suit. But then, oh man, like I was saying earlier, sometimes I get home and I just want to go back to bed. My back hurts. I'm tired. I need to work on that, because let me tell you, this morning, Monica's husband, he woke up at 5. He went to do jujitsu, play jujitsu. I don't know how you phrase it.
He went to do jujitsu.
He was jujitsuing. Then he comes back. He takes the kids to school. He comes back. He works out. He takes a shower.
And he goes to work.
So he's doing all of that because we have the studio in Monica's house. And I'm like, wait, did you really go this morning? Yep. And he just walked out the house with all this energy.
But let me bring something to the table.
Don't kill.
No, I'm not gonna kill it. I'm not gonna kill it
because I was like,
but
I
don't want people to feel guilty, because you know what, people look. It's and it especially happens on social media. This happens on social media. You look at somebody's reels, or you look at their life in their stories and all that, and you're like, my God, this person wakes up at 5 a.m. They've got it all together. No, this is a struggle. You think he wants to wake up at 5 a.m. to go to jujitsu? Nobody does.
Forcing yourself to.
Yes, yeah. And it's like, once you do it and you accomplish whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish, you look back and you go, I don't have regrets. But you know where the regrets come? When you have it in the back of your head that you but that you want to wake up in the morning, let's say work out or meditate or whatever it is you're into, and you don't do it. That's when you are feeling down. That's when you get yourself in like the quicksand and you can't get yourself back up. It's an ebb and flow all the time. It's not always consistent. You're going to go through your bad days. You're going to go through your good days. But the thing is, it's the energy that you put into it. So when you're feeling down, I told Darlene this the other day. I was like, Darlene, for our podcast, before we start talking, so that we have energy, and if we're feeling down, like, let's jump up and down and like, wah! You know, like just take out all the energy. I think Tony Robbins does this. If you guys know Tony Robbins, he does this in his seminars, and it's true. It's like, just take the juju, take all the bad energy out, and start the day thankful and appreciative and with energy. And you know what? Things start to shift. It's not going to shift overnight, but it's a little thing that you do every day. I don't know. That's where I am right now. And again, maybe in 2 months, I might be in a Debbie Downer again. And I'm like, nope. Damn it, get out, smack yourself, put cold water on your face. Let's move. And it's a constant ebb and flow. And I think there's things that you learn from this process, because it's not a perfect process. And people want to judge you when you're on social media. Let's say a personal trainer, and they haven't worked out for 3 weeks, but their whole content was of them building muscle and eating good. And all of a sudden, 3 weeks later, they see that they gained 10 pounds. People are already judging and saying, oh, you see? Oh, that's so, you know what I mean? And it's like, this is life, guys. It's not a consistent road all day long. Everybody goes through bad and good moments all the time. And it's just a matter of working on it.
Those days that you're not feeling too good with yourself or whatever, don't go on social media.
Oh my gosh.
Don't go on social media, because you're going to see somebody that has what you want right now. It could be, I don't know, whatever. Or just pressure. Sometimes I go in there and these are the things you should be doing with your kids. And these are all the shows that are out here in Broward County or Miami-Dade or whatever to take your kids over the weekend. And you go in and you're like, oh, I'm going to take her. $80 per person. And then I start feeling guilty. There's a Disney on Ice. And
I want to take her.
Event they had. I was feeling so bad as a parent, because then here we are on the weekend just laying out in the pool. And I'm thinking, oh man, there's so many events that I could have taken her. I had to stop myself. I mean, I can't be trying to be everything and do everything and always have her entertained. Sometimes the best thing is just to sit down and give her your time and attention and play a board game. But social media, I mean, it's good and bad. It's so many things. But if you're not in a good place, if you're depressed, if you're going through anxiety, don't go, because the bad could get worse. So what you do, go work out.
Go for a walk.
Go call your friends. That helps me so much.
Yeah.
Do something, but don't go on social media. Go by what other people are doing, which you don't know if it's true
or not.
It's not.
Like Instagram, you go and they make a beautiful feed, and then you see these women that have it, you think they have it all together. Like, wow, they make breakfast in the morning every day perfect with like a little happy face on the eggs, and they do this all the time. This is bullshit, guys. It's bullshit. This is all content. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen. I'm just saying it's never so picture perfect. Life is not picture perfect, and we need to get out of the thing of we need to look like this and we need to be like this. Work on yourself. Do the things that make you feel good. Change the energy up. And when you're feeling down, call the person that makes you feel good. There's just so many things that you can do. When you find yourself digging yourself in the hole where you can hardly even see past the sand, right? Is when you start saying, I need to do something. Because once your head is dug all the way down in the quicksand, let's say, it's very hard to, I mean, I'm not saying it's not doable, but it's very hard to try to get yourself back up if you don't have a good support system, if you don't have a good mindset about it. And it's very easy to fall in the trap. It's very easy to fall in the trap. And I think we all do, and all the luxurious people that you see online fall through that too. But here's the difference. There's the ones that will let themselves fall quickly and they won't see the light at the end of the tunnel. And then there's the people that don't see the light for a minute, but they say, you know what, I'm going to find the light and I'm going to figure out how I'm going to do this. Or I'm going to figure out to do the things that I need to do to, feel better for myself and for my family and so on,
Yeah, like go to therapy or
light a candle.
Go get a haircut in the middle of the week, which I just did. And usually you're like, no, I'm gonna get my hair done when there's an event. Hey, my event was that I was exhausted. I looked like crazy in car line. You know what? Let me do this now. And it's crazy what a haircut can do for you.
There's something psychological about that, though. Years ago, I remember seeing, I think it was Lenny Kravitz. I think he had cut off his dreads. And they had said, like, the energy, once he cut off the dreads, it was like the energies just flowed out of, like, his head or something. So there's something about that when you cut your hair or when you, I don't know, it's just, or you buy yourself a new clothing that's new.
Yes.
A new color.
It's crazy. Going to the store, I need this, I need that, and then this happens to me. It's easier for me to shop for Luna than for myself. So then I'll go to the kids section, and then I'm like, no, she doesn't need anything. She doesn't need anything.
Let me buy something for me.
I just did that this week. I went to get shoes. These are my shoes. They're my size.
You could put them on and then look at your foot and be like, whoa, my foot looks beautiful in these shoes. And you admire. And it's just a different energy.
Yeah, you have to.
It's a different energy. It's everything. It's just a little change. I was telling this to my mother the other day. My mom's 75, okay? And I was telling her, life is short. Life is fleeting. Do things for you, because she's always been a very, like, caretaker. To this day, I'm 45. My sister's 50, okay? To this day, if it was for her, she'd live her life for us. And I say to her, I don't want you to live your life for us. I want you to live your life for you. That's it. We are no longer in your house. You don't have anybody there that you have to tend to besides my dad, okay? Mm-hmm. It's just the two of you. Enjoy your life. I want to see you happy. I want to see you traveling. I want to see you enjoy, hopefully, the next 30 years. I want God to give her to 120 or 110 or whatever. But enjoy your life. And it's hard because she comes from the mentality of everything is for your family. And so she puts herself to the back. And this is where I think I land consciously and I say, I love that. And I love being there for my family. And I love being there for my friends and being a cheerleader for everybody when they need one, because I don't do it with, a pat on the back. I do it because me nace to do that, ¿verdad? Yeah. But at the same time, I say, I need to be my own cheerleader too. When I can't find that cheerleader, in my group or people are busy, what am I going to do to get myself moving? How am I going to shift the energy? And it's up to me. I'm the only one in control. It's very simple. It's from changing a room in your house to shifting furniture in your place and just feeling something new. When you're feeling estancada, you got to do something to keep moving forward. And it's like going to the gym. Everything takes time. Everything takes practice. Nothing comes overnight. Whoever shows you that on social media that they, I don't know, whatever, they were poor and all of a sudden yesterday they show something that they're a millionaire. It doesn't happen like that. Behind the scenes, they have been busting their ass off to get to where they need to go. My mom's always been a great support system to this day, which again, right now, my gift to her would be, if I could, I'd say I'd send you off to Spain for 3 months and go enjoy your life. I don't need you here. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out on my own, but she always wants to be around to help.
One thing that I am working on, it's, when you're thinking about what's going to happen tomorrow, when you're thinking ahead and the future and your kids going to college, the emptiness, your parents not being around anymore, that gives me a hell out of anxiety.
Me too.
And then I have to stop myself. Let me live every single moment instead of being anxious of the day that I don't have them around. Let me make it a point to go see them every day. I call them 3-4 times a day. Anxiety I don't know how to say that word. Anxiety.
Anxiety
gives me anxiety.
You are anxiety from what's that movie? The anxiety from the kids movie.
Inside Out.
Inside Out, yes. Yeah. And you have the color kind of going on today.
And then Luna will probably say that I have a little bit of anger. And that's one thing. Twice this week, she's, Mom, why are you in a bad mood? Mom, why are you acting like that?
Do you feel like your energy with age has shifted at all? I mean, obviously there's an evolution that happens, right? Because I can't think that you're going to stay the same that when you were 15 till when you're almost 50. No, there's things that happen in people's lives and everything that you've gone through and the learning process and all that shifts energy. At this age that you are in right now, again, we're two moms with small kids. They're not toddlers now. They're already, we're talking between 6 and 8 years old. And being older, right, in the whole process, not that we're old, but older, do you feel like your energy has shifted somehow? Like, do you feel this internal difference maybe of the way that you see life? And I don't know.
Absolutely. And I've been feeling like this for a while. I was talking to my friend the other day and she just turned 40. So she said, what can I expect of my 40s? She was asking me and my other friends. And I said, what I feel that was a huge change for me in these past 8 years. I'm 48.
You said that very low, Darlene. Darlene, say that again. You said that very low. I'm 48. Don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed. Come on.
I'll be 49 in October 14. Anyway, but the beauty of it is just knowing that you can't control everything. And honestly, in a lot of cases, I just don't give a shit anymore about what this person thinks of me. Obviously, if it's a friend, it's, wait, what happened? This is another thing. You have your friends from de toda la vida. You have friends that you meet through your kids. And then you have friends that your kids are friends with their kids at school, so you kind of like have to hang out with them, right? Let's get to meet them. Okay, ideal. Okay, so we were at a pool party and it was at these Rapids place. It was like a couple of the kids from Luna's room. And I'm like, shit, I want to order a beer. So anyway, I order a beer and then I order a burger. So two of the parents, they're like, so you order the beer before ordering the food? And I'm like, shut the fuck up. I was like, shut the fuck up. You know what? I'm going to order a vodka right now. Like, I don't care. In another time, I would probably be like, ay, Dios mío.
What are they going to think?
I shouldn't have. Oh, let me order a Diet Coke instead. No. And at that point, I just laughed and I said, yep.
Who are they to say anything?
And I walked out. And later in the day, I'm like, I'm going to order another beer. Does anybody want one? No. But anyway, and like I was telling my friend, now that you're in your 40s, you're going to start to not give a fuck anymore.
Yeah.
Okay? You don't have to be caring over other people's feelings. You're not going to be able to control what other people think about you. You be nice. You be kind. That's my thing. Kindness. Be nice. Don't be talking bad about people. Stay in your lane and do what you need. And that's it. And keep your good friends close. And then the acquaintances and all these parents you're going to meet throughout all the years in school. Some are going to be your friends.
And some are not.
Some are going to be play dates for the park because you're not going to go to their home. They're not going to come to your home. Park play dates, that's what you can do. And then you can put in your thermo, whatever, your vodka or wine or Prosecco or your water. And nobody needs to care. It's your problem.
No, you do. It's true. It starts to get to a point where it's funny. I had a friend. She was older than me, and this is when I was in real estate, and I used to work in like development sales and all that. I loved her. She was always spunky. I mean, she must be probably in her late 50s right now, and she used to tell me. No, or she was in her 40s when I was in my 20s, so I can't do the math. But anyways, she used to say to me, Monica, when you get to your 40s, you are not going to care. Because I would vent to her about things and say, oh my God, can you believe? And what she said and this. And she's like, ay, pero nena, why do you care about that? She goes, ay, mama, you're going to see when you turn in your 40s, you will start to realize that eso no importa. Ya, pasa la página. You live your life. Not selfishly for you. You are conscious. You're not going to do anything like bad to anybody, but you're not going to care so much what people have to say. And I don't intentionally go out and try to hurt people. Again, I usually am people's cheerleaders, but at the same time, there's a part of me that's kind of scaling back into wanting to people please to everybody, and to be, Monica's so nice and so good. You know what? If somebody says, I don't like her because Monica talks too fast and she swears that she's like this and da-da-da, bueno, you know what? Hey, you know what? Move on. You don't need to be my best friend. Yeah. I can't please everybody. And that's the new energy that I think that I am in. It's more of scaling back, but also not scaling back. Scaling back in the thing of people pleasing, but also moving at force with wanting to do the things that I want to accomplish, the things that I want to do, the things I want to try, the things that I want my kids to be able to experience. It's a new energy. It's a new shift. And I hope to keep it there. And I know that today I'm like that. Tomorrow could be on a different note. And then it's just alta y baja, you know? So it's something that you work on. But I want to be conscious in the fact of, you know what? You get one day. You get one day because tomorrow is not guaranteed. And yesterday already passed. So screw yesterday. Forget it. That's it. You only have right now this moment that we have. What are we going to say that we want to say? Who are we going to say we love to the person that, you know, ¿me entiendes? Like you get this one opportunity. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. And we live our life in automatic pilot thinking that everything is guaranteed, that we're going to live to be 100 and everything. No,
I'll
dude.
do it later.
I'll do it later. It doesn't work like that.
See, Fabian, we need a puppy. Not later. We need a puppy.
Like now, because tomorrow's not guaranteed.
We need a puppy.
You know? So
one thing that I've also had in my head, you know, the Artemis.
Yes.
Luna is so into planets now.
Pero the Artemis, the book? ¿Cuál? Espera, hold on.
Alchemist.
Oh, what did I thought you meant the Alchemist. I thought you said the Alchemist.
Artemis. I see my accent.
Artemis.
And I'm not going to apologize for this accent. Artemis, the astronauts, the mission that just went to space.
Okay. Sí.
Were you following that? Do you know what just happened last month or no?
No, that's another thing. I'm trying to stay away from freaking the news. So I think probably I'm missing other things at the same time.
I'm going to say something here.
No,
that is going to ask me to cut it.
No, don't even start. Go. Get Artemis, vamos. Sigue tu what's in your mind, por favor. Go. Start the Artemis.
Okay. Anyway, no, just seeing all the footage, and they were saying like when they were going around Earth, and it's all these feelings of, no sé, como que after seeing everything that they went through and their interviews and the beautiful pictures that they were sending from outer space, and nosotros somos tan chiquitos, we're like tiny.
We're nothing.
And then in this huge universe. So a week after that happened, I just had it stuck in my head, that mission. Every time I was feeling low or something, or I was worried about something, I kept thinking, we're little, we're tiny. Let's just love. Let's spread love. I don't know.
See, I feel what you're saying.
I don't know. I can't explain it.
But I understand exactly what you're saying. Yeah. It's something deeper. It's something so much deeper. It's not a surface level thing. It's like something inside of you that feels like just be a good person, live your life, you know, grab the moments by the freaking, I was going to say a bad word in Spanish. Exacto. But I was going to say it in an ugly sense.
We've been saying bad words in English. We can say it in Espanol.
And that's here. This is another thing. This has nothing to do with this topic, but there's something about me that I realized the other day. I like to curse. I'm sorry, mom and dad. You guys showed me, por favor, no digas esa palabra, eso está feo. But there's sometimes, and not in front of my kids, but there's just sometimes I like to curse.
What's your favorite?
A lot of things. I like to say, yes, I like to say the F word, and I'm not going to say it because I'm going to be polite here just in case somebody listens to this in the car with their child. Darlene, you're bad. Man. You're a bad influence.
Sorry. Again, we're talking about the shifts.
The shifts, but I love it. I love saying, I do love sometimes just saying it. It's como que un liberation adentro.
Look,
Yes. And I can't do it in front of my kids, which I don't, by the way. Don't judge me now.
No, we don't. But this is the thing. Luna knows which are the words that I replace. So when I say them, she said, Mom, you're cussing. What's your favorite?
No, I don't want to say it.
The FCK.
The FCK, no.
FUCK.
Okay, Darlene.
You know
Darlene.
what I mean?
Darlene.
Come on, I'm abbreviating it.
But yes, there's just something about it that was forced. It just feels like liberating. Like if you're in your house by yourself and you're having a bad mood, this is maybe you jump up and down and you say, FUCK, FUCK, like that. Like just take it off like juju.
No, which is mine. Oh my God. Now, of course, I'm on the spot and I can't remember.
Don't say it.
No, it's the one, the replace I use. Oh man, espérate, caramba. Obviously, I love saying puñeta.
Pero puñeta es malo.
Pues en Puerto Rico. I don't know what other places it could be, pero anyway, I don't want to be saying that one. This just started. When it's in Spanish, I do it in Mexican.
¿Qué?
Chinga tu madre, puñeta.
Pero that's because you have a Mexican friend.
No, but for some reason, I'm always saying like, chinga tu madre. And I'm laughing. I've never been like that. I've never
Nancy, this is your doing.
So I do that one, but there's one. Okay, it's gonna come to me.
Olvídalo.
Habla. Talk, so maybe it'll come to me.
Bueno, our point is, what was the point of this whole entire podcast? That we're back. Okay, Mama's Playground is back. We're in a new setting, a new feel, a new energy shift. Just overall, internally, with this podcast, Darlene is still thinking about the word that she wanted to say, and she's probably gonna remember when we're like ready to wrap this up. But if you are feeling down, if you started the year off down, if you go through your moments where you feel like you are alone, you're feeling stressed, you're feeling, I don't know, Darlene, stop it. Our whole point was shift something. Something's got to shift. It's not going to happen overnight. You have to work on yourself. And there's going to be days you don't want to. So it's just kind of like it's a roller coaster ride, but it is a beautiful thing when you take a little leap forward and do something different for yourself, whatever that may be in your case. Whether it's calling that friend and having a talk with them and being able to vent, whether it's, waking up in the morning and saying, you know what, today I'm going to take a 10-minute walk for myself. Just shift the energy. Energy has to move. Once it's stuck, that's when shit hits the fan. Yeah. Like, it needs to move. So when you're feeling down, ladies or gentlemen, if you're listening, remember this. Remember that everything evolves. It's like a tire that keeps moving forward. Things move. And when you stop, and it's been 3 months and you've got nothing and you've done nothing for yourself, you can get yourself in a hole.
And maybe things around you are not changing. Yeah. Maybe you're still in the routine with your daily routine, but maybe
it's an internal shift
in you. And don't feel bad if suddenly you want to say no to commitments. Just do whatever makes you happy. Don't compare yourself to other moms in social media or moms that you talk to. For example, I feel bad sometimes buying her frozen waffles when I hear other moms that do these recipes where they put like all these vegetables and fruits and grains and protein, and I'm like, oh shoot. So yeah, don't compare yourself, and we're doing the best that we can, Just wake up in the morning. Mira, if you are feeling down in the sense of like, oh my God, I need something, go get a haircut. You feel like, my God, I'm not taking care of myself. Grab your clothes if you can and throw it all in the garbage. Take all the shit that you don't like, throw it in the garbage and shift that energy and go buy yourself 3 new shirts if that's what's going to make you kind of feel a little bit better. You go to the gym and you're feeling down and you say, you know what, I'm going to go buy myself a new pair of leggings. If you like the Aloe, which I know a lot of ladies are liking this new brand, it's called Aloe, A-L-O, Aloe. I think I'm saying it right. Is that like Lululemon's competition?
I don't know if it's competition or not, but I know everybody and their mother is wearing this brand. Hasta las viejas ahí de 80 años tienen Aloe puesto, okay? Entonces, that's great. You like the brand? Amazing. Buy yourself.
I don't have
buy it. But buy it. If it makes you, do it for yourself. Do those little things that make you move and shift your energy. And if you are a faithful person, my God, leave it to him and pray and say, help me surrender. There's things that I cannot control. There's things that I will never be able to control. There's only one true thing that is accurate here is the fact that we will not be here one day. And with that mindset versus making you feel like anxiety and Debbie Downer, take it as like, I'm going to grab life by the fucking balls and I am going to move forward and I'm going to do the things that I want to do. And today I may be feeling down, but you know what? I'm here. God gave me another day here. What am I going to do with it? And that's what I leave you with. What are you going to do with your day?
Do what makes you happy. And if you're going through a really bad moment, just show up at a spiritual center. The things that could happen when you sit in a moment of silence in whatever you believe in, whoever you believe in, it's beautiful. And I get goosebumps because next to Luna School, there's a church. And there was one day that I was feeling like super low, super down. I went in. And those 30 minutes, oh my God, I got goosebumps.
En la capilla, fuiste a la capilla.
Sí, no, they had a mass from 8 to 8:30 and then they had confession. So I went in y un silencio y una paz, and it was, I left there like, oh my God, bring it on, I'm good. And that was what made the difference, because when I walked in there, I was down and it was like on a Tuesday and it changed me. So it could be that, or it could be doing 10 minutes of yoga, or
it could be sitting by a lake.
Going to a grave and visiting a family member that you miss and bringing flowers. Just choose that one thing that could shift your energy.
You got to keep the energy flowing. And with that being said, we're happy to be back.
Yes.
Back in our new studio space, back with just a new energy overall. And we are very excited because we're going to keep bringing out content.
And we're going to be bringing the What Would You Do Wednesday.
Yes, that's going to be a new thing in our programming. So we're going to do What Would You Do Wednesdays. Ladies, we'll be putting stuff like on TikTok and so on, asking for feedback because there's so many things that we ask ourselves. Does other moms do this? Is this something that every mom does, or is this just us? And there's going to be so many different opinions, which we love to hear.
Yes. So thank you for tuning in and welcome back. We're so excited.
Welcome back
Here. This is Mama's Playground. We love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.